Social media gets kind of a bad rep these days with its ad-infested, aggressively algorithmic approach. I know, it wasn't always like this. But this video is not about reminiscing about the past. I want to embrace what social media has to offer today. I mean, okay, nowadays besides messaging apps, I don't really use social media in the traditional sense to interact with people I actually know, but I still think there's some useful stuff here. Let's start with Twitter. I've been lurking on Twitter for a long time, especially the last 3 years. Right now, it's going through a lot of changes, usually for the worst, but there are a lot of funny tweets out there, and though they're getting harder to find due to the ever-changing algorithm, I like to use my likes section to archive some special ones. And as for all of the negative and judgmental stereotypes you've heard about Twitter users, they're all true, all of it's true. So I couldn't in good faith recommend this app to anyone for any reason. But I will say that Twitter is the fastest way to get your news in real time. You don't have to wait for some guy to write an article about it. Granted, this news comes in the form of people arguing and you kind of have to work your way backwards from there. But it is fast. Reddit is sort of like social media, but everyone's anonymous. It's basically a bunch of forums packed together where you can find a community based around just about anything. One of my favorite subreddits is No Stupid Questions, where you can pretty much just ask whatever's on your mind. In fact, I'll find that I end a lot of Google searches with Reddit just so I can get candid human input instead of a long-winded professional article. This, alongside with ChatGPT, marks a great point in history where you can get answers to any question you want, no matter how specific, and you can even choose whether you want it answered by people or AI. I guess I'm obliged to mention TikTok. It's kind of like Twitter, but in video form. Believe it or not, it's not just people lip syncing to high-pitched music. You can also find some very niche educational videos too, both academic and practical. I heard that a lot of people are using TikTok in place of Google searches, and I'm pretty blown away by that because TikTok is just incredibly obnoxious between the auto-looping videos and the text-to-speech voice and the sped-up music. Also, TikTok has the most aggressive algorithm I've ever seen. If you watch like 30 seconds of anything, your recommendations, well, I mean, they're not even really recommendations, they're just videos that are fed to you automatically, turn to those types of videos for a while. Like, they really want you to stay on the app for as long as possible. This part is just conspiracy, but TikTok keeps showing me specifically Asian girls giving relationship advice, even though I've never searched for that sort of thing or watched it for that long. Like, is it looking through my camera and using that in the algorithm? If so, they're making a lot of assumptions. But either way, I think this app has very little redeeming factors, and I wouldn't mind at all if it got banned. I can never forgive TikTok for influencing these awful copycat features like YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels. Cardinal sin right there. Just terrible. Hey, have you heard of Quora? It's like a more prestigious version of what Yahoo Answers used to be. What I'm wondering is, why are there so many people with graduate degrees and credentials on this website? I have never met a professor or anybody who answers questions on Quora, but they are just chock full of brainiacs who give very serious answers to very silly questions. Google reviews? Is that social media? I don't think so. LinkedIn can help you find a job. You know, if you're into that sort of thing. It's pretty much Facebook, but for people who are a suit to bed. You can flex your professional prowess, and generally it's pretty wholesome to see people you know moving up in the world. My friend says she spends a lot of time on there for some reason, even though it's pretty dull. I think that describes a lot of things. I'll stick to Twitter. It's more hedonistic. Okay, so there you have it. Social media for the antisocial is still valuable, so don't believe it in here on the internet. Bye.